Hello, good morning, everybody. So today we are going to do Julius Caesar, and since you know that tomorrow and day after tomorrow, that is 14th and 15th, is your holiday. So I won't be able to take the classes at that time, right? So I'm planning that next whole week I'll be doing Julius Caesar. So Monday to Saturday I'll be only doing Julius Caesar because this is a long story and it would take time. So that's why next week you will not have compulsory English. You'll have only and only main English, whose lectures I'll be taking. Okay, so because compulsory English, the syllabus is very less this time, very less. So less stories are there, so that is why we will be taking very less time in that. So that is why I will be doing Julius Caesar with y'all. And let us just jump right into it. I will just re-explain what we had done in the class the other day. So we know that there are people in Rome who are supporting Julius Caesar to become the next king. Now I told you that in Rome it was such that people used to choose their king. Okay, it wasn't like king's son will become a king. Okay, but they used to choose their king, like how we have right now, like democracy sort of a thing. Okay, so what happened is that actually the ministers who were there in Rome, the all the government which was there in Rome did not want Julius Caesar to come into power, because they knew that Julius Caesar was very powerful. They knew that Julius Caesar was very strong, and you could not defeat, or you could not if you had a war with Julius Caesar, you could not win that war, because that's how powerful he was. Okay, we know that he had there was a city of Rome which was jointly ruled by both Pompey and Julius Caesar. Now Julius Caesar attacks Pompey and kills him and his sons. Now when he kills him and his sons, people in Rome, they start celebrating it. Okay, people decorate the city of Rome, people decorate the whole area and everything, right? So the two servants who are there, okay, they remove out all the decoration and they tell people that you please go back to your house. There is no need to celebrate the success of Julius Caesar. And he also tells people that y'all are very matlabi, y'all are very selfish, because when Pompey was a ruler, you used to celebrate Pompey, you used to appreciate Pompey. Now when Julius Caesar is in power, you are supporting Julius Caesar. So this shows that you are a hypocrite. Hypocrite એટલે તમારા મતલબી છો તમે, and તમે double face છે, બે nakabi lok, fake lok. So that's what the servants say, and they tell people that please go back to your house, and there's no need to celebrate the victory of Julius Caesar. Now what happens is that there is a festival that is going on, and there is a race that is going to happen. Next we are introduced to a very important character, two very important characters actually, Antonio and Brutus. Okay, or you can call him Antonio, you can call him Anthony, anything is fine. Okay, so what happens is that Antony is going to run a race. So Julius Caesar says that my wife will stand in between, and if you touch the stomach of my wife, she might get pregnant, or her thing that she cannot have a baby, she will be cured of that sickness of not having a baby. Now what happens is that Antonio is like a second hand of Julius Caesar and everything. So what he does is that he offers a crown. Okay, crown, khotu crown hoy che, of flowers that is made. He offers that crown to Julius Caesar. Okay, and Julius Caesar rejects that crown. Julius Caesar does not wear that crown, which proves the fact that basically probably Julius Caesar wanted to prove to people that I am a very down to earth person and I don't want to wear all these crowns and all those things. Next character we are introduced to is Brutus. We also come to know that Brutus is very confused in what to do, because Julius Caesar was Brutus's very good friend, and he did not want to betray him. He did not want to એને દગો દેવા નહોતો માંગતો. Okay, but we know that Cassius, who is there, is trying to persuade એટલે એને એની તરફ ખેંચવા માંગે છે. He wishes that Brutus supports him, and he wishes that Brutus works or acts against Julius Caesar, or works or acts against the orders of Julius Caesar. Cassius is trying to create hate among Brutus for Julius Caesar, okay, saying that he is not a nice person, this, that, whatever. Next we come to know that Cassius is very political, Cassius is very smart. We also come to know at this point of time that even Julius Caesar did not trust Cassius. Even Julius Caesar was doubting Cassius and the work of Cassius. The reason being that he feels that he's too political, he's too shana, he's too smart, and probably he is plotting or working against Julius Caesar himself. So that is the reason why even Julius Caesar himself did not trust Cassius at all. No trust for Cassius at all. And we also come to know that Julius Caesar tells Antony that you better keep an eye on this Cassius, because in this whole kingdom I trust everybody except for Cassius. Next we come to know that Cassius writes letters to Brutus, okay, and in that letter he basically says that he writes the letter on behalf of the citizens of Rome na citizen na behalf માં એ લેટર લખે છે બ્રુટસને અને કહે છે કે that Julius Caesar is not nice, this, that, whatever, basically to change the opinion of Brutus, basically to change the mindset of Brutus, so that Brutus starts thinking that even the people of Rome do not like Caesar. Now Brutus was such a kind of man who had lots and lots of love for Julius Caesar, but more than that love, he loved Rome more. So there is a line which Brutus says, I love Julius Caesar but I love Rome more. That's what Brutus says, okay, which basically proves the fact that he could do anything for Rome. He could even sacrifice his life for Rome. So everybody knew about this. Everybody knew that Brutus is very, very faithful towards Rome. He would do anything for Rome, and that is the advantage Cassius takes. And taking that advantage, he writes a letter, okay, on behalf of the citizens of Rome, stating that Julius Caesar is not nice. Automatically what Brutus thinks is કે રોમના લોકોએ મને આ લેટર લખ્યો છે, રોમના લોકો મને કમ્પ્લેન કરે છે. બ્રુટસને નથી ખબર કે આ લેટર જે છે એ કેસિયસે લખેલા છે તાકી હું એની સાઈડ લઈ શકું, ઓકે. સો there is a meeting that is going to be held, and we also come to know that basically in this meeting there's a meeting, sorry, we will start with Act 1 Scene 3. I know we had spoken about this, but still we will continue. We'll start with Act 1 Scene 3. That's what I want to finish today itself. Good evening, Casca. Did you accompany Caesar home? Why are you breathless? Why are you acting like this? So Caesario is another character. We come to know that Casca comes inside. These are not important characters. Caesario and Casca are not important characters. Important characters are Cassius, Mark Antony, Brutus, and Julius Caesar. Okay. So good evening, Casca. Did you accompany Caesar home? Why are you so breathless? Why are you staring like that? So Caesario looks at Casca and tells Casca ki taru kem why are you breathing so heavily એટલે કેમ તારી શ્વાસ ઊંચી નીચી થાય છે? What is wrong with you? Tell me. Aren't you disturbed when the earth itself is shaking and swaying as if it was flimsy thing? Caesario, I have seen storms in which angry split old oak trees, and I have seen oceans swell, range and foam, and if it wanted to reach the storm clouds, but never before tonight, never until now have I experienced a storm that drops fire. Either there are wars in heaven, or else the world is too insolent towards the gods, provokes them to send destruction. So Casca is saying that, see, look at today it is so stormy, and stormy એટલે વાવાઝોડા જેવું થઈ ગયું છે. I have never seen a storm like this in my life. મેં આવું વાવાઝોડું મારા જીવનમાં કોઈ વાર અનુભવ્યું નથી. મેં આવું વાવાઝોડું મારા જીવનમાં કોઈ વાર જોયું નથી. What is wrong? It looks as if God is giving us some signal that there is something bad that is going to happen, that there is something not nice that is going to happen, and I'm constantly getting those signals. I'm constantly getting those sort of vibrations. મને ઘણા ટાઈમથી એવું લાગે છે કે કંઈક ખરાબ થવાનું છે. Something wrong is going to happen, something bad is going to happen. What have you seen something so strange that it is clearly an omen for gods? So Cicerio is asking कि what did you see so bad that you feel that the god is angry? તો સિસેરિયો જે છે એ કેસ્કાને પૂછે છે તે એવું શું જોઈ લીધું કે જેનેથી તને એવું લાગે છે કે દુનિયા ખરાબ છે કે ભગવાન આપણેથી નારાજ છે. What have you seen like that? A common slave, you know of him if you saw him, held up his left hand, which flamed and burnt like 20 torches together. So there he says that Casca says that I saw a slave and he put his right hand up. Sorry, he put his left hand up and that left hand started burning in fire, started, being in fire. And it looked as if that fire was not harming that slave. એટલે એવું કહે છે કે મેં બહુ વિચિત્ર વસ્તુ જોઈ, બહુ આમ આપણે એમ કહીએ ને કે સારી વસ્તુ નહીં પણ આમ બહુ ખરાબ વસ્તુ જોઈ. એક તો એમ કહે છે કે મેં એક સ્લેવને જોયો. સ્લેવ એટલે યુ ઓલ નો વોટ અ સ્લેવ ઇઝ. સો he says I saw a slave અને એ સ્લેવના લેફ્ટ હેન્ડ આખો સળગતો હતો અને એવું લાગતું હતું કે એનો હાથ જે સળગે છે એનેથી એને કોઈ દર્દ નથી થતું, કે એનેથી એ દાજતો નથી, એનો હાથ સાજે સાજો જ હતો અને લેફ્ટ હાથ બળતો હતો. So which is a very bad thing to see. Another thing he says that મેં એક લાયનને મારી ટુવર્ડ્સ આવતા જોયો અને મને એમ થયું કે બસ આ લાયન મને અટેક કરશે, પણ એ લાયને મને અટેક ન કર્યો અને વયો ગયો. સિમિલરલી એક બીજો આદમી હતો, એ આખો એનું બોડી સળગતું હતું અને એ આમથી આમ ભાગતો હતો પણ એને કાંઈ નહોતું થતું, એને કાંઈ દુખતું નહોતું, કાંઈ નહોતું થતું. So all these things Casca sees. What does Casca see? Casca sees that a slave, his left hand was burning in fire and it did not harm him. Casca also sees that a lion is coming towards him but does not attack him. Casca also sees that there is a man whose whole body is in fire and he's walking up and down the city of Rome, but he's not getting affected, he's not getting harmed by it. હવે Casca રિયલીમાં આવું બધું જોયું છે કે એને આ મનગણત કહાની બનાવી છે? We don't know. ઓકે, એનું સપનું બી હોઈ શકે. ઘણા લોકોને એવું થાય ને કે સપનું જોવે પછી એને એમ થાય હા સપનું રિયલ છે, but we don't know. In reality, we don't know for true whether Casca saw all these things or not, because it's not possible scientifically according to me કે આવું કોઈ વાર થઈ શકે, but whatever. Okay. And yesterday a night owl started hooting and shrieking in marketplace at noon. When all these extraordinary things happen at once, we shouldn't say these happenings can be explained rationally. They are natural enough. I think these things are omens of things to come in our country. So another thing which Casca sees is that there is an owl. Owl એટલે ઓલું ન હોય જેની ગરદન 360 degrees ફરે, that is called an owl. એને શું કહે આપણે? I don't know the Gujarati word for it, but Harry Potter માં જે હોય છે owl. I'll send you a picture of owl so you'll come to know what an owl is. So he says that I saw an owl who was now તમને ખબર છે owl જે છે એ ખાલી રાતના નિકળે. So Casca says that owl only comes out at night, but that day owl came out in the afternoon. It was standing in the marketplace and chirping એટલે અવાજ કાઢે છે એનો. Okay, all these are very very bad omens, એટલે ખરાબ નિશાની છે, because probably Casca is superstitious એટલે અંધવિશ્વાસી છે. Okay, so probably he is અંધવિશ્વાસી, that is why he is thinking of all those things as bad things. That is why probably he is thinking that all these things are not nice things. Okay, he says you can explain these things rationally એટલે અગર તમે ચાહો તો આ વસ્તુનો સાયન્ટિફિક રીઝન આપી શકો કે હા જો સાયન્સના લીધે આ થાય છે, સાયન્સના લીધે આ થયું, સાયન્સના લીધે પેલું થયું. But I think it's a sign from God that something bad is going to happen or something bad is going to take place to our country. Indeed, it's a strange time, but men tend to interpret things however suits them and totally miss out the actual meaning to things themselves. Is Caesar visiting the capital tomorrow? So Cicerio, who is there, he says indeed all these things are bad signs, but it's according to our interpretation. Okay, agar suppose what basically means to say, let's say હું તમને એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપું. ઓકે, અગર કાળી બિલ્લી તમારો રોડ ક્રોસ કરી જાય, તમે માનો છો કે આ ખરાબ સાઇન છે, તો તમારી ઉપર છે. કોક જણાને ન લાગે ખરાબ સાઇન છે, કોક જણાને લાગે કે આ ખરાબ વસ્તુ છે, કે બિલ્લીએ આપણો રસ્તો ન કાપવો જોઈએ. સો basically what Cesario is saying is that indeed it's a strange thing, but it depends on your interpretation. એટલે તમારી ઉપર નિર્ભર છે કે તમે એનું અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ કેવું કરો છો. It's up to you. It's up to you totally to understand its meaning. It's totally up to you to understand its thing. You can interpret it in the way you like it. ઓકે, મતલબ તમે તમારી સમજણના હિસાબે તમે જે સમજવું હોય સમજી શકો છો. ઓકે, અને એવરીબડીઝ ઇન્ટરપ્રિટેશન ઇઝ ડિફરન્ટ. બધા લોકોની અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ ડિફરન્ટ છે. સમ પીપલ માઇટ ગેટ અફેક્ટેડ બાય ઓલ ધીસ થિંગ્સ, સમ પીપલ ડોન્ટ ગેટ અફેક્ટેડ બાય ઓલ ધીસ થિંગ્સ. ઇટ્સ માનવા ઉપર છે. માનો તો છે અને માનો તો નથી. જેમ આપણે કહીએ ને, માનો તો ભગવાન છે, માનો તો ભગવાન નથી. ઘણા લોકો જે છે એમ માને કે ભગવાન છે, ઘણા લોકો એમ માને કે ભગવાન નથી. Okay, so it's like that. So it's up to you, it's up to your understanding on what do you think and what do you feel. Okay, nevertheless he asked, is Caesar going to visit capital? હવે જૂના જમાનાની અંદર જે છે ને સિટી ડિવાઇડેડ થતી. ઓકે, સપોઝ ભાવનગર છે તો અમુક એરિયાની અંદર રાજાઓ રહેતા, અમુક એરિયાની અંદર ઓલ્ડ લોકો, આઈ મીન પુઅર લોકો રહેતા, અમુક એરિયાની અંદર બધે ગવર્મેન્ટ ઓફિસીસ જ હતી. તો ધ એરિયા વેર ઓલ ધ ગવર્મેન્ટ ઓફિસીસ વર ધેર, ઓર વેર ધ પેલેસ ઓફ ધ કિંગ, નોટ ધ પેલેસ, ધ કોર્ટ ઓફ ધ કિંગ વોઝ ધેર, વોઝ કોલ્ડ ધ કેપિટલ. ઓકે, સો Cesario is asking, is Caesar going to visit the capital tomorrow or not? He is, because he told Antonius to tell you he would be there tomorrow. So Casca says that yes, he is going to go to the capital. Good night then, Casca. This bad weather isn't good to walk around in. Farewell, Cesario. So Cesario says, good night, Casca. I'm going to go. So Casca also says bye bye to Cesario. Cassius, who is there? Casca, a Roman. Cassius, it's Casca. I know your voice. Your ear is good, Cassius. What night this is? It's a very pleasing night, to be honest. Casca, who ever saw the heavens threatened like this? Those who have known how bad things are here on earth, I have walked around the streets, exposing myself to the night, unbuttoned like this, you see, Casca, bearing my chest to thunderbolt. When the forked blue lightning seemed to break open the sky, I put myself right where I thought it would hit. But why did you tempt the heavens like that? Man's kind role is fear and tremble when Almighty God sends us warning signals. You are actually stupid, Casca, and you lack quick wits, what that a Roman should have, or else you don't use them. You go pale, you stare, you act in awe and strange disturbance in the heavens. But if you thought about the real reason for all these fires, all this gliding ghost, for why birds and animals abandon their natural behavior, why old men, fools and children make prediction, why all sort of things have departed from usual course of their nature and become monstrous, then you don't understand that heaven had them act the way as they would serve as frightening warnings of an unnatural state to come. Right this minute, Casca, I would name a man who is just like this dreadful a night, a man who thunders through the splits open the grave and roars like a lion in the capital. Okay. So now what happens is Cassius and Casca both are meeting together, and Cassius tells Casca that you are very stupid. Okay. And basically he says that you see the night is very, very dangerous today. That's what Cassius is saying. Cassius tells Casca that the night is very dangerous. All these unusual things are happening. All these signals are happening is because the God is giving us signals. Okay, ભગવાન આપણને સિગ્નલ આપી રહ્યા છે કે something bad is going to happen, and God is giving a signal that a bad man is going to come to power, and that is Caesar. That's what he says. ઓકે, એ એમ કહે છે કે બહુ ખરાબ આદમી જે છે એ પાવર ઉપર આવવાનો છે, બહુ ખરાબ આદમી પાસે પાવર્સ જવાના છે, અને that is Julius Caesar. That's what Cassius tells Casca, that I feel something bad is going to happen, and I feel that God is giving a signal that all these bad things will happen if Caesar comes to power. Okay, so if Caesar comes to power, things will become bad. If Caesar comes to power, everything around is going to turn into sadness. Everything around is going to turn bad. So that is what Cassius tells Casca, and he says that he is as જે રીતના નાઇટ ડિસ્ક્રાઇબ કરી હતી એ રીતના ધ નાઇટ લુક વેરી evil એટલે શૈતાની રાત હતી આ. ઓકે, સો દેટ્સ વોટ Cassius says. Cassius says this રાત is very evil. This knight is very evil. Same way Caesar is as evil as this knight. જેટલી ખરાબ આ રાજ છે એટલો જ ખરાબ આ Caesar છે. અને God is giving us signals that we should not let a man like Caesar come to any type of power. A man who might, you are talking about Caesar, right, Cassius? Let it be who it is. Roman today still have powerful bodies of their ancestors, but unfortunately, we do not have manly spirits, and instead, we take after our mothers. Our tolerance for slavery and oppression show us to be weak, like women. Indeed, they saw the senators plan to establish Caesar as a king tomorrow. He will wear his crown and see, and on the land everywhere except here in Italy. I know I will wear this dagger then. I will kill myself to save myself from slavery. In suicide, God makes the weak strong. In suicide, God allowed tyrants to be defeated. No stony tower, no walls, no airless dungeon, no iron chain can contain a strong mind. But if a man becomes weary of the obstacle, he can always kill himself. Let everyone be aware. I can shake off the tyranny then that now oppresses me whenever I choose. Oh God. Okay. So what happens is, Casca says, are you talking about Caesar? I know you're talking about Caesar. So Cassius says that I am talking about Caesar. He says that we have the body of our ancestors, meaning je Rome na ancestors je hata, purvajo hata, they were all very strong. So Cassius says that I have a body of my ancestors. I have the body of my purvaj, but I don't have their spirits. Spirits એટલે એ લોકોનું મન કેટલું સ્ટ્રોંગ હતું, એ લોકોનો આત્મબળ કેટલો સ્ટ્રોંગ હતો. I don't have that આત્મબળ. I don't have that motivation. I don't have their spirits. That's what Cassius says, that I have the body of my ancestors, but I do not have the spirits of my ancestors. And it will be such a shame if I don't raise my voice against these things, if I don't raise my voice against these bad things that are happening around me. So Casca says that I know that tomorrow Caesar is going to go to the capital and the government is going to declare him the king. So Cassius says that if Caesar becomes a king, I will commit suicide. At least when I commit, I know suicide is a sign of a person who is weak. Right? कि कौन सुसाइड करे? जे लोको वीक होय, जे लोको પોતાની સિચ્યુએશન ફેસ ન કરી શકે, ઈ લોકો સુસાઇડ કરે, right? So Cassius says that I know that suicide is a sign of weak, but I would rather kill myself, I would rather commit suicide than let Caesar come to power. He says that committing suicide is definitely a sign of weak, but I would rather die in suicide than let Caesar make me a prisoner. Because see, we know from the starting કે Caesar ને Cassius નહોતો ગમતો. જો Caesar પાવર ઉપર આવત તો એ Cassius ને ફોર શ્યોર સ્લેવ કરી દેત. સ્લેવ એટલે એનો ગુલામ કરી દેત કે એને જેલમાં નાખી દેત. Right? So that's what Cassius says, that I don't want to be the slave of Caesar. I don't want to work under a man like Caesar. It is better to live in a dungeon. Dungeon એટલે jail, underground જે jail હોય. Okay, એને આપણે dungeon કહીએ. So he says that I don't want to work under Caesar. I don't want to work under him. I would rather commit suicide than be jailed by him. And he says that even if Caesar jails me, even if Caesar throws me into jail, he can't jail my thoughts. આપણે કહીએ ને કે તમે મને શરીરેથી તો ભલે કેદી બનાવી નાખો, પણ તમે મારા આત્માને, મારા thought processને કોઈ વાર તમારો ગુલામ નહીં બનાવી શકો, right? That's what Cassius is saying, that it would he can cage me, he can cage my body, but he cannot cage my thoughts, he cannot cage my opinions about him. And it's better to commit suicide than to let Caesar come in power, than to be a slave of Caesar. I would rather commit suicide than become the slave of Caesar. So can I. In fact, every prisoned man holds in his own hand the tool to free himself. So Casca is saying that all of us have the tools in our hand to free ourselves. That means કે આપણા બધા પાસે એટલો હક તો છે કે આપણે આપણી જાન લઈ શકીએ. That's what Casca says. How can Caesar be a Tyrion then? Poor man. I know he wouldn't be a wolf if Romans didn't act like sheep. He couldn't be a lion if Romans were such easy prey. People who want to start a big fire quickly start with little twigs. Rome becomes a complete trash, nothing but rubbish and garbage, when it works to light up the ambitions of someone as worthless as Caesar. But oh no, what have I said in my grief? I might be speaking to someone who wants to be the slave, in which case I will be held accountable for my words. But I am not armed, and I don't care about danger. So, so what happens is Cassius says that look, Caesar could not have been powerful if we didn't allow him to be powerful. अगर आपने कोकनी अंदर दबाई जाइए तो ज आपने कोक दाबी सके ना. That's what he's saying. He says that Cassius says that Caesar could act like a lion because we acted like a prey એટલે જેની ઉપર લાયન અટેક કરે. ઓકે, સો હી સેઝ કે ઈ એટલો લાયન જેવી રીતના એટલે એક્ટ કરી શક્યો કેમ કે આપણે એના શિકાર જેવા થઈ ગયા એના, right? We let him become powerful. Basically what Cassius is saying that Caesar could act like a wolf because we acted like a sheep. ઈ એટલે જ તે વુલ્ફ જેવો થવા માંડ્યો, ઈ એટલે જ તે એટલો પાવરફુલ થઈ ગયો because we allowed him to be powerful, nobody else. That's what Cassius is saying. Cassius is saying we allowed Caesar to be powerful. That is why he has become powerful. And it is such a shame on Rome to do that, because Rome was a city which was known for taking right and wrong decision. Rome was a city which was not scared of anyone. Now Rome is the same city where people are letting man like Caesar come to power. It's such a shame. Okay, Rome was a city which was earlier known for its power, for its strength, for everything. And now Rome is only allowing a man like Caesar come to power. And man like Caesar can only come to power when people like us are allowing him to come to power. When people in Rome are allowing him to come to power. And that is the reason why Caesar has become so powerful that he is not scared of anyone. That even if he is doing wrong, people are not even saying a word to him because people are scared of Caesar. You are talking about Casca, not so some smiling two-faced tattletale. So no, say no more, shake my hand. If you are joining together to right these wrongs, I'll go as far of anyone else. So Casca says to Caesar that I am on your side, I will take your side, I will remain by your side, and I will do whatever it takes to not let Caesar come to power. Cassius, that's a deal. That's a deal. Now let me tell you, Casca, I have already convinced some of the noble Romans to join me in an honorable but a dangerous mission. And I know that by now you are waiting for me on the porch outside Pompey's theatre. We are meeting on the fearful night because no one will be out on the street. The sky tonight looks bloody, just like the work we have done. So Cassius says that's a deal. What Cassius is doing is he is making sure that the most powerful ministers come on his side, that most powerful ministers take his side. That is what Cassius is doing. So Cassius is telling Casca that this is a deal, you are going to support me, you are going to take my side. We are planning a very dangerous mission. અમે લોકો એક બહુ જ dangerous mission plan કરીએ છીએ, and I am hoping you will be on my side. Tonight, આજ રાતે આપણે પોમ્પીના થિયેટરની બહાર મળશું. The reason why we have chosen this night is because it's stormy. Stormy એટલે વાવાઝોડા જેવું છે, એટલે આજે કોઈ બી બહાર નહીં નિકળે રાતના. Today nobody at night is going to come out because it is stormy and we will not get caught in making a plan. આપણને કોઈ પકડશે નહીં કે આપણે લોકો પ્લાન કરીએ છીએ એવી કોઈને શંકા બી નહીં થાય. So today we will be meeting at Pompey's theater and we have chosen this night to meet because it's a night where storm is there. People will not come out, and you know I have also made sure ki most of the Roman citizens are taking my side when I am planning this dangerous mission. એ એક બહુ dangerous mission plan કરે છે. શું છે એ dangerous mission એ તમને ખબર પડી જશે આગળ જાતા પ્લેમાં. So Cassius is planning a dangerous mission and he is hoping that Casca will take his side. Hide for a minute, someone is approaching. It's China. I recognize his walk. He's a friend. Sina, where are you? Come in, hurry. To find you. Who is this? Metellus climber. No, it's Casca. Someone who is going to work with us. Aren't the others waiting for me? Sina, I'm glad Casca is with us. What a fearful night this is. 2 or 3 of us have seen strange things, and others are waiting to tell me. Yes, they are. Oh, Cassius, if you could only convince Brutus to join us. Cassius, don't worry, good Sina. Take this paper and be sure to lay the judge's chair where Brutus sits. So he will find it and throw this out of his window and attach this one to the wax to the statue of Brutus' ancestors. Old Brutus, when you have finished all this, return to the porch of Pompey's theatre, where you will find us. Are Decius Brutus and Trombonius there? Everyone is there except Meticulous Climber, and he's gone to look for you at your house. We'll hurry and put this paper where you told me. When you have finished, go back to Pompey's theatre. So there is another man who comes. His name is Sina. Sina is not an important character. Sina comes over there and Sina says that, most of the ministers are waiting for you to come at Pompey's theatre. And Sina also tells Cassius that I hope Brutus is on our side. I hope Brutus takes our side. So Cassius says that I have written this letter. Stick it on judge's chair. Judge बैसे न यानी कुर्सी ऊपर आप चिपकाड़ी दे ताकि when Brutus goes around, Brutus can see those letters. Okay, and it gives him another letter. He says કે આ બીજો લેટર છે ઈ બ્રુટસના એન્સેસ્ટરના સ્ટેચ્યુ ઉપર લગાડી દેજે, એટલે એના પૂર્વજનું એક સ્ટેચ્યુ બનેલું છે રોમમાં, ત્યાં જઈને ચોંટાડી દેજે, which is basically a proof or basically telling Caesar that look, your ancestors were so great, you can also do something like this. Basically these letters are the red letters which Cassius has written, but he has written as citizens of Rome. So this is the Cassius plan, and Cassius is hoping that Brutus will join his side. Come on, Casca, and I will go to see Brutus at his house before sunrise. He's 3/4 on our side already. We'll win him over entirely to the meeting. So Cassius says that I'm going to meet Brutus again. Okay, mostly he's convinced. Like around 60% he's convinced. 40% काम बाकी है. Oh, people love him well. Things that would look bad if we did them. Brutus could look virtuous, just like an alchemist turns worthless into gold. So Casca says that, if we commit crime, people will hate us. But if Brutus does the same thing, everybody in Rome will support him, because that is the way Brutus is. Because Brutus બહુ સિદ્ધાંતવાદી હતો, એટલે બધાને ઓટોમેટિકલી એવું લાગતું કે જે બી Brutus કરે છે એ સાચું કરશે, એ કોઈ વાર ખોટો નિર્ણય લઈ જ ન શકે. Cassius, yes, you are absolutely right about how worthy Brutus is and how much we need him. Let's go, because it's already after midnight. We want him on our side before daylight. So he says it's already 12 o'clock in the night. Let us go visit Brutus and tell him to be on our side. Let us tell him to support us. Okay, and because I want him, by today morning I want him to support us. So this was I have finished Act 1. Okay, I will send you its small summary on the group so that you can understand whatever has happened till now. Okay, and from Monday I will be doing Act 2. I want to complete Act 2 by let's say next week. Okay, that's what I want to do. So let's hope for that, and thank you.